we're still seeing some of those lingering impacts at Sky Harbor with more than 100 flights impacted already this morning. So let's bring in right now meteorologist Jorge Torres with what we can expect the remainder of this historic storm, Jorge.
Yeah, we're not done yet with the effects of the storm. The snow and the ice and freezing.
Let's go to that spot there as you look at Lower Buckeye Road and we look at the alternates through that area because of that closure in place, like you mentioned, between 45th and 49th Avenue. So there's what we're seeing, those restrictions between 51st and 43rd Avenue. Those are your major intersections around there. So I'm going to suggest you go north of that scene and use Buckeye Road to travel in that eastbound and westbound direction as you're working your way through this area right near the 202 South Mountain Freeway and just south there of the I-10. We'll, of course, keep you posted as soon as we learn when some of those restrictions will ease up in that area. But in the meantime, that's the best alternate that I have for you here this morning, Nick.
Okay, Megan, we appreciate you tracking that for us. 502
freeways just watched first responders, a DPS official leave the scene of this crash. We just have this motorcycle rider off to the right-hand side along the I-10 in that eastbound direction as you're approaching that mini stack interchange. So we have the 51, the 202 and the 10 freeways right here in the downtown area. So a heads up for you if you're traveling in that spot, you may still see some of those flashing lights in that area and you should move over at least one lane. We do still have that rider off to the right-hand side. US 60 Grand Avenue in that westbound direction near 111th Avenue. We also have a crash reported in that spot and taking you just north of the North Stack where the 17 and the 101 meet. The I-17 in that northbound direction at Pinnacle Peak. We've got a crash at the exit ramp area. So we have some vehicles blocking your access to make that right-hand turn. So you'll still be able to do so. You can get off the freeway in that area, but another spot, you guys, we just got to be a little bit more aware as you're making your way into that area, starting with that wide view and then taking it to that spot south of the 10 and just east there of the 202 South Mountain Freeway. So I want to reiterate that closure you mentioned. Lower Buckeye Road is closed between 45th and 49th Avenue. This is between those major intersections, northbound and southbound, like 43rd Avenue and 51st Avenue. So that's how it's going to impact you. You want to go north of that city and use Buckeye Road instead in that eastbound and westbound direction of travel as you're working your way through that area. And we'll, of course, keep you posted as soon as we learn any information about when at least even a lane may open in that spot, but hopefully this will get you around that area so you don't have any issues here on that Monday morning. I'll get you a check of those desert drive times on our Valley freeways with Traffic Planner Plus coming up in just a little bit.
Okay, we'll follow up with you in just a couple minutes.
And they want to turn to a brand new Operation Safe Roads report. An AI technology company says they developed a way to eliminate potholes forever, and their focus begins in State 48. Civil has created technology to help cities figure out which roads need work before small problems become massive. Hey there, I'm Megan Thompson getting you a check of Traffic Planner Plus as you get out the door here on this Monday. Let's track some of those desert drive times all across town. So from the West Valley, let's start there along the I-10 eastbound from the 303 past that stack interchange over to the mini stack, the 202, the 51 and the 10. That's where all of those spots come together. Planned for about 40 minutes already here this morning. 17 minutes on the US 60 Grand Avenue from the 101 Agua Fria over towards the 17. That's near that stack interchange where the 17 and the 10 freeways meet. And the 101 southbound Agua Fria from the US 60 over to the I-10. That looks good. It's starting to tick up a little bit, but it's still in the green at about 10 minutes. Also still in the green all across the board is that East Valley commute. If you're traveling on the Red Mountain Freeway, the 60, the 101, the Price Freeway there as you work your way up to the Red Mountain Freeway from the Santan Freeway. Fantastic conditions for you through that area. I-17, that southbound direction, that spot seeing a little bit of slowing from the 101 to the stack. That's pretty typical for us at this point in the morning. Planned for 17 minutes for that ride. The 51, though, as we look just east of there to our other freeway in that southbound direction, as you head toward the mini stack, that's still great at 12 minutes and just about 5 minutes on the 101 eastbound from the I-17 as you head over to the 51 near Desert Ridge. Jules, Kaylee, all of those people who are going to be impacted by this, can't stress enough to check your route before you head out. This includes 30 schedule adjustments and 1 route modification. So we looked through that list for you to view outside right now of those traffic conditions in the East Valley. Some abnormal slowing for you westbound drivers on the 202, the Santan Freeway. This is near reported in that HOV lane. So we had an official on scene trying to clear it. And in the meantime, of course, all those brake lights have built in the process, dropping your speeds in that area as you're approaching that spot. Then you're going to see them improve, get back to the green like you're used to. We're definitely seeing that slowing stretch further and further and further on the I-10 in that eastbound direction as you're making your way towards the downtown area. And we've got a crash on the I-10 in that eastbound direction right near the mini stack interchange. Traffic flows appear okay for now. I'll keep watching it for you and bring you a check of those desert drive times still ahead. Know that we're still dealing with a little bit of slowing on the 202 Santan there in the East Valley as you're making your way in that westbound direction toward Arizona Avenue. We had some debris in that left lane, so crews were working quickly to try and clear it, but that created a little bit of a backup that we're not used to at this point in the morning in that spot. So as you're making your way from the 60, that super red tan area, we've got the 202 Red Mountain, 202 Santan, and the 60 meeting. As you make your way past that area, you're going to see those speeds improved after Arizona Avenue as you head toward the 101 and the 10. That drive time about a half hour here this morning. I'll get you a check of those desert drive times for you West Valley commuters coming up in just a bit with Traffic Planner Plus. But times in Traffic Planner Plus, you know what to expect as you head out the door all across town with the West Valley drive time looking like this. I-10 eastbound from the 303 over toward that mini stack interchange where the 51, the 202 and the 10 freeways come together. That's about 40 minutes. We're above 20 minutes there on the US 60 Grand Avenue from the 101 as you're traveling toward the stack interchange toward the I-17. The stack interchange with 17 and the 10 freeways come together. Loop 101 southbound Agua Fria from the US 60 to the 10. That's at 10 minutes here this morning as you're traveling in that southbound direction. For your East Valley ride, where we're seeing a bit of slowing is right along the US 60 in that westbound direction. Look at this elevated drive time from the 202 to the 10. That's what you need to be aware of. Other than that, the Red Mountain Freeway and the 101 looks fantastic. Green conditions like you're used to. The North Valley commute, the 17 in that southbound direction from the 101 to the stack is about 20 minutes, about 17 minutes if you use the 51 in your southbound direction from that Desert Ridge area down toward that mini stack interchange, and 12 minutes on the 101 eastbound as you're traveling between the North Stack over to that 51 interchange. Nick.
All right, Megan, getting us to where we need to be safely.